Okay, I'm going to start by showing you how I develop my portraits. The first thing I usually do is touch exposure, highlights, shadows, and blacks, and clarity if needed. So on this picture, it's a little dark for what I like, so I'm going to lift the shadows by sliding it to the right. And in this picture, normally I don't go this high, but I want to go pretty high because I want to get the texture in her hair to show. And then if I need to, I'll bring the blacks down just a drop. Okay, next. I love how this side of her face is shadowy and this is a little brighter and more highlighted. But to help that, I'm going to use a radial filter. I love radial filters. That's this circle right here. And I'm going to put it just on one side. And by double clicking this, it just resets it. That's what I just did. And I'm going to bring up my exposure just a drop and lift a little bit more shadow. And then if I need to, I'm going to reset it. Another radial filter, so I just press new over her shirt and just bring the blacks down a little bit because when I lifted the shadow, it faded it. Okay. So I think that's all I'm going to do in Lightroom. Actually, one more thing. On almost all my portraits, I scroll down to right here. And I always use a little noise reduction and a little sharpening. It just helps smooth the skin. All right, I'm going to bring it into Photoshop. Photo, edit in Photoshop. Right now I'm using all the CCs. I do not like the updated CC, so I refuse the update. Right now I'm on the 2000, what's that one I'm doing? 15, I think? Oh, where'd it go? 2015 CC. It always takes a while to get into Photoshop. All right, so there it is. So now when I'm looking at it, I am seeing that I see a lot, too many wrinkles for what I like. So I'm going to go to this right here. I call it the Band-Aid. So it's the Band-Aid with not the one with the dotted lines. It's the plain Band-Aid. And then you just do Command click and just go over. Oh, sorry. Okay. Maybe it's this one. All right, so I'm actually using the one with the dotted lines. And I'm just going to take out the creases. And if one doesn't work like what I just did, I just go back. And then if it's really bothering me, I could just use the clone tool or just leave it. Okay, next. Let's use the skin brush that I gave you guys. I have too many actions. Where did I put it? There it is. Okay, skin brush, I press play. And because it's black, I choose a white brush. Make my brush smaller. Make my opacity about 88. And then I just go over her skin. Remember, always try to avoid the important cracks and crevices. And if there's a mole I'd leave a mole. Anything permanent that's not going to clear up, you leave. So if it's a pimple or a scratch, you take it away. If it's a freckle or a mole, you leave it. That's the rules I go by. Quickly going over all her skin, not just her face, her whole body. You can see this arm. I'm not liking the coloring on the arm. And I'm guessing that's just from the lighting. So I'm going to show you how we're going to fix that. There's a couple ways to do it. I'm getting lazy. Normally I wouldn't do this. I'm just trying to speed it up. Like I said, I'm just doing a quick version. This isn't, I would take my time more if I was doing it for real. Okay, so we have our smooth skin girl. Let's check it. Okay. She's still a little dark to me, so I'm going to, I just flattened it. You don't have to, but I did. So right here to your adjustments, I'm going to go to brightness and contrast. I'm going to make it brighter. But I don't want the whole picture bright. I really just wanted the highlights brighter and her face brighter. So I'm going to do Command I, which inverts it. So it changed it from affecting the whole picture to affecting nothing until I paint it on. So now that it's black, I'm going to use a white brush and I'm going to paint it on her face because I want her brighter. And maybe I'll just do the highlights. I'm not even going to do the shadows. Okay, this arm is really bothering me because of the color. There's a couple of different ways to do it. I think I'm going to find a color I do like on her. Maybe this color of this arm. So I just clicked it. I'm using the eyedropper. I click the color I want on her arm. I make a new layer. I get a brush. I go to low opacity. Usually like anywhere under 10. Let's zoom in. And I'm just going to paint it onto her. That might be a little too low. So, all right, so 23. Make me a little darker. This isn't the ideal way. There are some other ways, but this is a quick way. Not to mention, I also have some really good brushes that come in skin tones that I purchased that I could have used. Okay. So let's see the difference. It's gray. Now it's a little bit more skin tone. It's gray, a little more skin tone. I'm just showing the with and without. Especially look at that bottom hand. That makes a nice difference. Okay, and that's all I'm going to do for this picture. Thanks for watching.